person from the...
Right here?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you.
Ready to wrap this. So I just wanted to first thank Leila and Azula for having me. I'm Councilmember Ben Kallos. I've taken over for Jessica Lappin, our councilwoman. She's told me that I'm the new councilwoman for the Upper East Side, and that makes sense because I'm the only man on the Women's Issues Committee of the City Council. And so I know Leila because as soon as I started running, I said that I wanted to work with your organization. I still do. So the first thing I'd love to do with you after this event, and I'm very grateful to be here, so I'd like to sponsor a breast cancer screening van. I love the doctor's presentation and where healthcare is going and the types of vans that we will have in the future, but for now we do have a breast cancer van. We can give you free breast cancer screenings, and so I look forward to working very closely with you to make sure that as the Roosevelt Women's Health Organization that we fight that type of cancer. And actually my father passed away in January from cancer, so anything we can do to stop cancer, I'm on board for. But there are other things we can do for women's health, and I'm looking forward to moving just beyond breast cancer to anything that might be something you're interested in fighting. I'm happy to do walks, happy to do talks, happy to fight however we can together as a community. Can everyone in back hear me, or do I need to speak up? Okay, perfect. So my mother lives in the community. She lives on 72nd Street between 1st and New York. It's where I grew up with my grandparents. And she's an incredibly strong woman, but she also happens to have Parkinson's. So I've worked with her to make sure that she gets many services as she can get, so that she can be healthy and independent, because that's what she wants, and so that I can be healthy and independent so I can be here with you. And so along those lines, in my office I have a lady named Debbie Lightbody. She's my Director of Constituent Service, and she's a social worker. So if you need anything, if you're feeling hungry, and maybe you qualify for federal, state, or city programs that you may not even know about, or you need access to health care, or you name it, just pick up the phone. Say, I saw Ben Kallos last night at Roosevelt Women's Health Organization, and he said you'd give me a bunch of stuff for free. And Debbie will say, sounds like Ben, sounds like my council member. Tell me about your financial situation, tell me about your family situation, tell me about your housing situation. And she'll try to figure out if there's anything you might qualify for. I only saw 1 or 2 hands go up about people who have Medicaid. More of you may qualify for Medicaid than you think. There's so many different subsidies, so that's something I'd like to work very closely with all of you on. I also want to acknowledge that we are joined here by the Fourth Estate. Does anyone know what the Fourth Estate is? Journalism. So we have a journalist here. We have Rick O'Connor from the Roosevelt Islander, and yeah, absolutely, he does this, and he's one of the best sources of news on the island, along with The Wire. And without those 2 sources of news, I'm afraid we don't get the type of local coverage that we should get on a neighborhood with so many thousands of people. But I'm so grateful to have you here, and please keep up the amazing work. So that being said,